Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome back to another week of Sip on That Gospel. And I would love to tell everyone thank you very much for the last gospel videos. The last one was over 3,000 streams. So I appreciate everybody who's watching, who's coming to the channel. And come on in, churn in. We celebrating God's word. We celebrating Isaiah 2 today and putting some encouragement in this land. And I'm not going to hold nobody up, because when it comes to God's word, we're going to jump right into it, and you can just press the rebroadcast. So let's get into it. And again, I appreciate everybody. I honor that y'all come to the page and see it. Thank you. This is the vision of Isaiah, son of Amos, saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem. In the last days, the mountain of the Lord's house will be the highest of all, the most important place on earth, that is Israel. It will be raised above the other hills, and people from all over the world will scream there to worship. People come from all over the world, go to Israel and worship. Right now, they're in a war. We still praying for them, but God letting us know the people who've been taken away will be coming back. People from many nations will come and say, "Come, let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the house of Jacob's God." Jacob's God in that mountain, Mount Zion. After all this is over with, people is going to swarm there to go worship Jacob's God. Jacob is Israel. There he will teach us his ways. So it's letting us know we not doing actually the teaching. God is teaching us his ways from the highest mountains. And we will walk in his path. So when humans think they're running things in this nation, we have to walk in God's ways, walk in God's path. It's not saying that people need somebody to guide them, but who don't have hope, who don't have morals and values of a greater cause. If you don't have hope and faith, you lost on this world anyway. Come, let us go up to the mountains of the Lord, to the house of Jacob's God. There he will teach us his ways, and we will walk in his path. For the Lord teaching will go out from Zion. That's what we just talked about. His word will go out from Jerusalem. That's what we was just talking about, Israel. The Lord will meditate between nations and will settle international disputes. I'm going to repeat that. Who's going to settle these disputes against nations? It won't be presidents. It won't be kings. I'm just going to read that little part again. The Lord will meditate between nations and will settle international disputes. They will hammer their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nations will no longer fight against nations, nor train for war anymore. Let God handle that. Wars that's breaking out between neighbors been going on before we was born. The Bible telling us this. Let God handle that. Come, descendants of Jacob, let us walk in the light of the Lord. For the Lord has rejected his people, the descendants of Jacob. Because they have filled their land with practices from the east, and witch sorcery as the Philistines do. Okay, that's something been happening before we was born. That they starting to fill their lands with practices from the east and with sorcery as the Philistines do. They have made alliances with pagans. Israel is full of silver and gold. Did you hear that? God's land is filled with silver and gold. They don't need nothing. We don't need nothing that's following him. It is filled with silver and gold. There is no end to its treasure. Their land is full of war horses. There is no ending to its chariots. Their land is full of idols. The people worship things they have made with their own hands. They're making idols with their own hands and not worshiping the God of Israel. God is telling us what we need to do. Only thing we need to do is tap in and follow. The people is worshiping things they have made with their own hands. So now they will be humble and all will be brought low. Do not forgive them. Crawl into caves and the rocks. Hide in the dust from the terror of the Lord and the glory of his majesty. Human pride will be brought down. Human is a lot of things to be prideful of. But when it comes to your salvation and your spirit and your heart and your soul, tap into the God of Israel. Jesus is love. Find the true love. Find the true love in your heart. A lot of things you search for out there. God is going to handle all these nations' wars. God is going to handle Israel and Philistine. That's not for us to handle. And all will be brought low. Do not forgive them. Crawl into caves and the rocks. Hide in the dust from the terror of the Lord and the glory of his majesty. Human pride will be brought down, and human accuracy will be humble. Only the Lord will be exalted on that day of judgment. For the Lord of heaven's army has a day of reckoning. He will punish the proud and mighty and bring down everything that is exalted. I'm sorry, y'all. That word was accuracy. And of accuracy. Anyway, I think y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm just going to spell it. ARROGANCE. I apologize for that. For the Lord of heaven's army has a day of reckoning. He will punish the proud and mighty and bring down everything that is exalted. He will cut down the tall cedars of Lebanon and all the mighty oaks of Bashan. He will level all the high mountains and all the lofty hills. He will break down every high tower and every 4-foot wall. He will destroy all the great trading ships and every magnificent vessels. Human pride will be humble, and human accuracy, I know this word, yeah, y'all, will be brought down. Aggressive. Anyway, only the Lord will be exalted. Only on that day of judgment. Idols will completely disappear, When the Lord raised to shake the earth, his enemies will crawl into holes in the ground. They will hide in caves in the rocks from the terror of the Lord and the glory of his majesty. On that day of judgment, they will abandon the gold and silver idols they made for themselves to worship. They will leave their God to the rodents and bats while they crawl away into caverns and hide among the jagged rocks and the cliffs. They will try to escape the terror of the Lord and the glory of his majesty as he rises to shake the earth. Don't put your trust in mere humans. They are as false as breed. What good are they? Stop putting your trust in humans. Yes, people have churches, but you're supposed to put your trust in the book, not trust everything the human is saying behind the pulpit. You have to learn it for yourself. You have to learn God's word for yourself. And God is going to fight for the nations. Ain't nothing humans can do. We can pray. We can work. We can worship. Put down your false idols. Come back to the God of Israel. Come back humble. Take out the pride. And we're going to call this a sipping on that. And I apologize for the word that I messed up. I'm going to spell it again. Arrogance. Thank you. And y'all have a good day.